Today I'm going to show you how to remove a brake light switch on this Toyota Avensis D4D, and this is a new switch and it comes with that. Here's a packet, in a sealed packet with this clip. This needs to be placed on the this needs to be placed basically here, and then the switch, the brake pedal pushes this up and down, allowing your rear lights to come on and off. And this is what we're going to replace today. So here's the let's put that away, and here's the driver's side of the vehicle. And the first thing you need to do is remove this flap. Not this. This is the airbag here. We need to remove this flap. Now it has one screw here, and along there it has a screw there as well, and I just happen to take them out, but I will show you what they're like. Just basically one of these little screws which goes there. You take them both out. Once they're out, you simply pull the flap out. Remember, there's a clip here which you need to push in to allow it to come out of the notch there. So you just push that down like so. Let me see, like so. See that? Push that down and it will come out of that notch, and just remove that. Nice and dusty. Right here. What we're gonna do, show you where this light switch actually is. And it is, if I can locate it, where is it? There it is. Yeah, I can see it now. Where's it gone? There it is, right in the middle of your screen. So just got to remove that, and the way to do it is, the first thing, before you get your hands up there, and a secret to it, easy, make your life easy, move this fuse flap, chuck it over there. Now you can actually see more detail and you have more light, and there it is. And all you do is basically put your hand in there and reach it. Now go to the other side and try to film my hand coming to the switch, wherever it is. If I can locate it now with the camera. Where's it gone? It's not easy working upside down. It's not that. Where is it? It's up there. Where's it gone? Okay. There it is. There's the switch. Now here's the brake pedal. here is the brake pedal, so it's basically directly, if you go follow it up, directly above it. Brake pedal is basically, my finger is pointing at the brake pedal, the end tip of my finger is right in the middle, pointing right towards the middle of the brake pedal, and if you look where the switch is basically right above it. So I'm putting my thumb on the brake pedal and my finger is pointing directly above the brake pedal, slightly towards the right of it. So how do you get that out? Put your hand into, I'm going to try to film this as I do it, so I'm going to keep it there, keep the camera there. Now if I can put my hand in there, and then this hand is from the bottom, not from the flap that what I'm doing is looking through the flap, what I'm doing, and my hand is not in the flap because you got blockage there. I can see directly where as you can see, there it is, where is it gone? There it is. I can see directly where the switch is, but I can't get my basically hand in because of this. So what I'm doing is basically my hand is under here, just under the flap, this bit, and I've undone this. Basically there's two nuts, and I've done this wiring harness. So as you can see, it all is moving there, so it's out of the way. I can put my hand in from underneath. So now we are back underneath to give you the view, and let's see. So let's see that the switch is, there's the switch, here's the pedal. As you can see, this is the pedal, brake pedal, and there's the switch. It's not that, there's that one right there. So I'm going to zoom in on that up there, put my hand onto it, and what you do is you just grab and you twist it out. There's not enough leverage on that hand, so I'm going to do the same with the left hand underneath. Let me get that view again. Where is it? Yep, that is the view. I'm going to try to show you how I did that in the, if I can get the view on it right. Yeah, you just grab it from the best position you can and twist towards your right, anti-clockwise. See, it was down there, it's in that position, locked position, that's the locked position, and then anti-clockwise turn. There you go. Move it out, bring it down. Right, it's still connected to the wiring. There it is, still connected to that, and all you need to do is push this little clip and it should just come off, hopefully. But trying to do it with one hand is a bit awkward. So I'll try to put the camera there if I can, if it stands there. And actually, oops, camera doesn't want to stand there. so you can get a better view. I'm doing all this for the YouTubers' benefit. Right, and I'm still bearing in mind now I don't need to look through the flap. I can see, because it's, I'll show you how far down it is in the, how close it is to the pedals. There's the pedals, and that's where it is, so you can easily get to that now. And let me just trying to show you everything without I don't know if I can get to that. Where is it? Trying to find something to get the position right here. That's better. Right. All I'm gonna do now is just push this little flap back and push it off, and the flap is there, and the switch is off. Okay. Now, that's the old switch, which is the original. I'm not going to bother testing it. I've got the new one, which is right here, and just to make sure that is roughly the same. Obviously they're not 100% the same in the sense of their shape. Now the old one, let's put it up here and put this next to it. Apart from the color, both white, but this is almost towards the different shade of white, more like cream, and this one's shiny white, and the colors of the tip of the actual trigger are totally different, as you can see, and the shape of the actual switch, as you can see, they are slightly different, but it's not going to make no difference, because the little teeth on this edge, just I don't know if you can see them, there are teeth on these two edges. That shape is exactly the same, or near enough. So that's how I took the old one out and basically get rid of that. Now put this back in same way as I took that out. Let's get the camera positioned to the switch, and the remainder of the switch. Now the around this bit, this new bit, the old one is already set in the position that it needs to be, and so I'm not going to use this because I still have the old one in place. So all I'm going to do is push in the new switch and not replace the old one, because there's nothing wrong with the old one. So I'm just going to push that switch back in. Alright. just leave the camera here and I'll put the switch in because it's really awkward to put it in with one hand, and then I'll bring the camera back up into position. Okay, so what I've just done is I just put the switch back in its place. Still, I've just basically put it in there. I haven't twisted it yet and locked it into place yet. Just to give you an idea of what I'm doing. So the switch is there. And what I'm gonna do now, I've gone into the top hole, just so I can make it easy for me to actually film what I'm doing. So my hand now is coming through the fuse flap, and basically now here we are. My arm is, as you can see, in the flap, and oops, here I am, and there is, that's the hole it's going into, and all I'm doing is putting that in, and what I do, push it in and basically twist clockwise, and now it's locked itself in. And I'm just gonna check the handle. And there you are. See, I'm just pressing the pedal and it seems to be working fine. Now I'm just left with the connecting the power, which is here, and I'm gonna take it up there, and there is only one way it will fit. It won't fit if you try to get it in a different way. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's, where's it gone? It's on. There it is. I'm gonna try show you how it's. There's the cable, and it will only go in one way with the grooves, and then basically click in. That's been pushed in. That's fine. And I press the pedal. I want to get a close up of that. Now, if I press the pedal, you can see that trigger there, and there we are. Now, so I'm happy. I'm happy with the motorbike go. So that's the brake light switch in, and I've connected the cable, the power cable to it. So now I'm just gonna basically zoom out, and I'm gonna just place the camera just here so I can finish off putting back together what I took off the flap, which I oops, wrong way around. Very important part. If you must take this off, make life easy for yourself. And I did take off these nuts to remove this, airbag, but it didn't work, so there's no need for it. So I'm just gonna, these by the way are 19mm, just gonna hand tighten these. Yep, 19mm. No, sorry, 18mm. And the other one goes there. And thread it first. Just give him a good tie, not to overdo it. That's it. And oh yeah, I took a few of these off from the bottom as well for the wiring harness, so I'm just going to put them back on. To show you which bolts I took off. As you can see, there's the switch, and I took this bolt off, and I've just tightened that one. And the wiring harness are these. See this wiring harness here, fuse. This is where the OBD2 port is. And get that one. Yeah, this is where the OBD2 is here. That's just one of the, yeah, that's just another fuse box. So that was the, remove these two bolts to allow me to put my hand into the flap. So I'm just tightening them up, hand tightening them. If you can, oh, you can see it now. And I'll get the other one. These are 10mm. So now these are 10mm, both of them are nicely and tight. So is basically that one. That's all. That big one's tight as well, and all the others have been tightened. So no more bolts left, but we still have the 2 screws, which are these, and they hold. Let's get the flap in now. Flap in. That clip just holds it all there when it's in the right position. Oops. There we are. Holds it. Now, screwdriver, and the first one is just here. And that's tight. And the other one is in that corner. So that's in. There's the screw that's in there, nice and tight. And the other one is there, nice and tight. So I've already put the flap back on. Oops, easy. That's on, and just get rid of the tools. And that's how we remove the old brakes light switch and replace it with a new one. So I made this video because I went on YouTube and tried to find a video for my Toyota D4D, Toyota Avensis, and it's a 2007 model, and I found nothing on YouTube but other manufacturers, and they're all pretty varied in the way they replaced the brake light switches. So I thought, okay, there's nothing for a Toyota D4D Toyota Avensis D4D. So since my lights weren't working, I bought the light switch, and it's by Facet, and here is the Here is the number, part number, and all the details, even the barcode. And obviously it's made by Facet and it is made in Italy. And on the opening flap, it's definitely says brake light switch. And how much did it cost me? Well, here we are. It cost me, there we are, $16.99, 14.16 subtotal, £2.83 VAT, and comes to $16.99. Where did I get it from? Wouldn't you like to know, hey? Okay, here we are. The details: brake light switch, list price, there it is, VAT on Malaki, 14.16, and here it is where I got it from. There you go, Euro Car Parts. And since I live in Birmingham, from Aston Maple Business Park, and the address is there, the phone numbers are there, and if you need one of these parts in a hurry like I did, because you have no brake lights at all, very dangerous. You've got the normal lights but no brake lights at all, so it's pretty dangerous to drive around in that sense. So I just rang Euro Parts and they said we had one in that they had one in stock, so rushed down and just got it just before closing time, and that was yesterday. And basically I've fitted it now, and now I know how it's done, and so do you. So that's me and my car done for today, and I hope that you've enjoyed this little tutorial, and it be helpful to you. Now, it's not taken me long to actually do this, and it's pretty straightforward. It's nothing complicated. A bit of common sense. Open, because obviously it's my first time, open what you need to open, and again it's just the two screws which you need to remove this bottom flap. Take that out, and obviously remove this flap. It'll obviously give more light in there, and you will be able to see what you're doing as well. So just those two flaps to remove. And now I tried to remove the airbag, but was unsuccessful. Basically can't budge that out. There's a lot more to undo before you can remove that out, and it's not necessary. Now I know it's not necessary, so you don't have to make the mistake I did in trying to remove that. And obviously you learn by your mistakes, and that's one of the best ways to learn. Sometimes not the safest, but I mean, this vehicle is switched off, nothing can basically go wrong. So just remove the two screws on the end of the flap, and remove this flap, and when you get to the switch, you just turn it anti-clockwise and it will just come off. Remove the wiring harness, the power lead to it. Once you remove that, replace exactly same, push the new switch in and turn it clockwise to lock it in, and then put the power switch cable back in, and hopefully the job is done. Put the flap back on with the 2 screws and put this flap back on, and job is done. So that's how easy it is. Hope you enjoy this video and it's helped you out, and I've had pleasure making it. Somewhat tried different ways of trying to get it out, like I've explained to you, trying to get the power steering, the airbag out, but that's not the way to do it. So stick to the simple, straightforward way. I'm just moving the flaps and that's it. Okay, now that it's the switch is in and the flaps and all the nuts and bolts are actually in, it's all back to normal, connected up. And what I'd say to you is, if you need to do this, just remove this flap and the flap underneath the airbag with the 2 screws on the side. Remove those 2 panels basically, and you'll be able to see the switch through this panel, and you can get the other hand through that to reach it as also. And when you do reach the switch, it's fairly easy to get at. I don't think you even have to remove the wiring harness from at the bottom, which I did. There's no, it'll be a bit tight, but you'll still get into it because it's straightforward to remove. So when you reach it, grab it firmly and twist it anti-clockwise, and it will come right out. And remove the wiring harness from it. Just push the clip in and pull it out. That's straightforward. Replace the new one, the new switch, in exactly the same place. Push it in and turn it clockwise so it locks in. Once it's locked in, put the power lead back on, and you're basically done. Put the flap back on and put the 2 screws to put the bottom flap on under the airbag, and you're basically done. That's how easy it is. So I hope this video has helped you, and it's done me a favor myself, because I needed to do this, and rather than go to the garage, they would have done the same thing, and it's just a matter of a few minutes and very easy to do. So please rate this video, and hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.